and the game might be bugging for the capture. Frick it, let's go. Let's go. You guys tell me how good the audio is. Please enter your name up to 10 letters. Okay, Kiba. Hello, Kiba, and thank you for reading the story. The story, all names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this work are fictitious. Any similarities to actual persons, living or deceased, places, buildings, or products are entirely coincidental. Now see Pamela Anderson drink this can of Coca-Cola. Now, let the tale begin. Dun dun dun! Why am I here? Sally took out her phone and turned on the flashlight. Who's there? Good so far. You haven't been here for the other Sounding Stone games we played in previous Halloweens, have you, Medina? I feel like someone or something is watching me. Dun dun dun! Huh? Oh no, you are watching her. Who are you? Oh no! I can't move! So dizzy! Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? There was a bizarre aura about the figure that forced Sally to answer. A blue choker! A black one, to be honest. Then I'll put one on you. The figure lunged at Sally, violently choking her with long nails that dug into her skin, turning her neck blue. No! The figure picked up Sally's cell phone, which had fallen to the ground. F. That's weird. Gah! Wheeze, wheeze. Sally got murdered? Why would I have a dream like that? It was all a dream, but a premonition dream. Oh my god. We bought waffles. These are buttermilk. You can taste the butter. Like really strongly. Azura reached for her phone and saw it was 8 p.m. on April 3. A message from Sally? Wise man, what is the time of the gathering for fatal stories tonight? I guess even punctual person like her can forget these things sometimes. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. the next day. Got it! See you at the campus entrance. Looking forward to tonight's ghost stories. Something about Sally seems odd today. Maybe she's nervous too. We're all going to exchange scary stories tonight after all. Azura, full name Azura Wiseman, is the president of the Lysair University Occult Research Club. The other club members call her Wiseman. She loves stories of supernatural ever since she was little and had always wanted to have a ghost story gathering with her friends. Tonight her wish will come true. So she is a huge dork. She is a huge dork, yes. I have to meet up with Sally in a bit. I should get ready. Z key, accept, investigate. X key, cancel, open dialogue. C key, review dialogue logs. Look around and get ready to get out. Azura's mother. Her mother looked extremely careworn. For as long as Azura could remember, her mother had always been that way. Mom, I'm going out tonight. Why do us go out at night like this? Do I? She must be fantasizing again. I'm just going to spend the night off with some friends. Lysair Occult Club channel, 1.7k subscriber. Review, The Duke of Zal's interpretation of dreams, 30 views. Mad Mother, the horror RPG masterpiece, 158 views. That is a reference to Mad Father. I hope more people will watch our channel. Yeah, the struggles. Azura open document title Imaginary Friend. This is the ghost story Azura plans on telling tonight. At the gathering of Fatal Stories, she, Sally, and the new club member Lily will take turns telling one story each. There we go. Okay, I got it memorized. A photo of two college girls. The two are wearing matching chokers, one blue, the other red. They look like they are very close. Azura found this photo in her parents' closet while she was cleaning out the room the other week. She stared at the girl with the blue choker. Who is this though? Why does she look so familiar? Could this be Sally? Could it be Sally? Some little bottles with fingernails in them. Azura pulled up her sleeves and looked at her fingertips. My nails have been growing pretty quickly lately. I'm about to fill another bottle. Yo, that is serial killer behavior. That Kira did that and... Maybe mom and dad, that was fanboy in college. Possibly. Hill Poly Daily, Occult Column, New Urban Legend, Nightmare on Lillian Street. Recently, the same nightmare has plagued multiple young women on Lillian Street at Lizery City. They find themselves in a dark alley or room where they get attacked by a female ghost with sharp nails and a distinctive choker. This is just mass hysteria or something more sinister. Isn't this exactly like the dream I had? But this is Hill Poly, not Lizery. I'm ready to go. Time to go out. Azura. Oh my god, Mom, you teleported. It's so late. Do you really think it's wise to go? As a wise man, you're supposed to be more wise? If you keep going at night like this, you'll run into ghosts sooner or later. How are you not afraid? She gets so anxious whenever it comes to ghosts. The figure picked up Sally's cell phone, which had fallen to the ground. Wow, I did have a disturbing dream. Should I actually be concerned? Well, we should save, I guess. Hold it as planned. Got it, see you at the campus entrance. Looking forward to tonight's ghost stories. Mom, our club is having a big event tonight. Exchanging ghost stories with friends has been my dream for a really long time. So, you're so much like someone I know. Can't see its usually trying to stop you. Her mother took out a scented sachet and handed it to Azura. What is this? The sachet itself wards off evil. Keep it with you. Then if something abnormal actually happens, open it up. You'll find something useful inside. Sure. An AK-47! And remember to cherish your fans. Huh? Okay. She's making such a big deal out of this. Condo? Perhaps. You know, protection. Azura called a cab and arrives at university at 9:30. Sally's not here yet, huh? Why do I feel like someone's watching me? Out of nowhere, cold, clammy fingers wrapped around Azura's throat from behind. Why do I feel like I played this? Did I pick the wrong game? Hold up, let me check something real quick. Did I pick the wrong game? I think we already played this one. No, but I played this one recently, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I bought this one recently. That's not the right one. Yeah, the Blood Lily series has 2 games. Right? Okay, let's see. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? Ah, who? No. The one I played was called Bloody Lily Loop. That's not the one. Ta-da! It's me, Sally! I figured it was you. I thought my head was going to get turned off. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? This is Sarah Sally Sweet, a member of the Occult Club. She seems oblivious about the boundaries, so get touchy-feely with her friends without realizing it. I'm actually a little nervous. Because we're going to tell scary stories? Not about that. I dozed off on the train on the way here. I had a bad dream. There was a woman wearing a blue choker. She asked me to choose a choker, and when I did, she strangled me. That's a creepy coincidence. I had a dream where you were choked to that. Are you telling me you're into that kind of stuff? I mean, the club president had a dream about a member getting murdered right on the night of our gathering for Fatal Stories? Is that a thing? A thing? What do you mean by that? Nothing, just the kind of story I'm going to tell tonight. Anyways, let's go inside. We shouldn't keep Lily waiting. Azura and Sally arrived at the entrance to the club room. Guys, it's Martin. Just go for a drink at a bar. The door was unlocked. Someone had gotten there first. They opened the door and entered, and what they saw was... Dan, the new club member! Sally Wiseman, good evening. It was Lily who had joined the club not long ago. Huh? She has... a blue choker? A blue choker? Da-da! Ah, Lily! Sally gave Lily a particularly tight hug. Sally, what's the matter? I had an awful nightmare. This is Lily, a new member Sally recruited at the club. We don't know much about her yet, and the naming sense is terrible. Their parents has a weird name sense. Ah, they're all cute. Hope nothing bad happens. Yeah, about that. Did you always wear the choker? Outside of her parents hate her. Huh? Oh, this is for my story. I think wearing it will add a nice touch. Then everyone just tells the same freaking story about the blue choker collar? Ah. Now it's 10 p.m. on April 3rd. The plan is to tell stories until 4 a.m. sharp. On April 4th. Remember, we're going to skip exactly one day. No more nor less. This is a scented sachet that wards off evil. Apparently there's something useful inside in case something bad happens. I think it's a condom. Got it. Alright. Azura took a breath. I like Bobby Bob. Come on, don't hate on the kiddo. God damn it, Bobby. Azura took a breath. Then let's get started with the gathering for Fatal Stories. I first play a land. Well, I guess we can save over without any issues. Story 1. Nightmare on Lillian Street. Okay, this is a new game. Okay, now I'm sure it's a new game. It's just that this set of characters has appeared in a game by then before, so I was confused. But it's fine. Shall I go first? Very well. Have the two of you heard about the nightmare plaguing girls lately, right here on Lillian Street? What? Both of you had the same dream? Oh my, how very relevant. How very relevant. Well, in the nightmare, a female ghost with a blue choker and sharp fingernails appears and chokes her victim to death. So no wonder that people call the ghost Miss Choker. They say once you hear about Miss Choker, she will appear in your dreams. After that, you must tell someone else about her as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll actually meet her, and the nightmare will come true. In other words, the nightmare is a curse in itself that will come true if you don't pass it on. However, the further the curse spreads, the more it benefits the ghost, because the one who loves it the most when people tell ghost stories are ghosts themselves. So if I don't tell anyone, we can have a ghost date? Yeah, pretty much. Have you ever felt as if someone was watching you when you were listening to a ghost story? That isn't just your imagination. When a ghost hears someone talking about it, it appears. And now we're telling ghost stories. Do you know what that means? Maybe right now, behind your back, there is a ghost watching you! What? You ask how I could possibly know this? Because my classmate experienced the curse firsthand. Bum bum bum. Hi, Lillian! In one of her lectures I attended, I met a classmate named Petra Siek. Siek, how should I phrase this? She always craved attention. So listen, what believe this? Yesterday, my boyfriend... Jeez, the co-worker at my job did it again. She's always out to get me. At first, everyone listened, but she was constantly complaining and exaggerating her stories. As time went on, fewer and fewer people took her words seriously. One day she was complaining about everything again, only to find that no one was listening. She realized that they were busy talking about some ghost story. Hey, what's everyone talking about, Miss Koi Koi? Do you mean Miss Choker? It's a recent ghost story that's rather popular, but you're much better off not hearing it, or else. Oh, just tell me the story. I don't want to be the only one who doesn't know. She eventually pestered me into it. I told her that some of us had seen Miss Choker in our dreams. Only by spreading Miss Choker's story could we disperse the curse. Zeke has a hacking cool hairstyle. She does. She also looks like those people from that really old iPod commercial. So what's the deal with this ghost? Some say that she was once a college-aged girl who was infatuated by a handsome female schoolmate, and that her blue choker was a gift from that crush. But then she suffered from a broken heart and hanged herself. She became a ghost who targets and kills girls. Others say that she transformed into your friend to get close to you so she can kill you. Okay. Now that you have heard the story, it won't be long before Miss Choker appears in your dreams. She will ask you which choker you prefer, blue or red. If you answer blue, she will choke you to death, the bruising on your neck like a blue choker. If you answer red, she will slit your throat with her sharp fingernails, the blood seeping out like a red choker. Whose grandma came up with that story? You don't believe Miss Choker is real? Ha! Only a little kid would be scary of a story like, huh? Doo-doo-doo-doo. Zeke suddenly feels someone's eyes on her. She looked around anxiously and saw no one but me. But I knew that one who was watching her was Miss Choker, because a few days later. I had a nightmare too. I dreamed that I met Miss Choker in the dark alley near university. Oh dear. What do we do now? Tell her story to someone. The more people the better, to disperse the curse. Right. But no one paid attention to Zeke. They thought she was just making up a story again to seek pity. This is all your fault. Why did you tell me that story? You pressured me into telling it to you, but I thought you didn't believe such things. Why are you suddenly so afraid of one nightmare? Oh, what do you mean? I know she doesn't exist. I never said I was scared. That's so. Fine. I'll go into that alley in my dream and see if she shows up. I'll prove to everyone that Miss Choker doesn't exist. What? That's a terrible idea. What if she actually appears and asks you to choose what colored choker you want? She kills you whether you answer blue or red. Whoever answers that is just an idiot. What made Zeke so adamant about insisting on verifying Miss Choker's existence? Maybe it was to deny her fears, but then again, perhaps she had a simpler motive. Jealous that everyone was talking about Miss Choker. Perhaps she thought it was worth the risk if it meant getting everyone's attention back. That night, Zeke went to the alley from her dreams to with her boyfriend. She asked him to wait the next alley over and come back to meet her at midnight. She figured that if Miss Choker didn't show up by then, it must mean she didn't exist. She declared a misguided war on Miss Choker, making up the conditions of victory of her own. Hey babe, starting to miss me? She kept messaging her boyfriend to kill the time. Then 30 went by, then 11, then 11:30. It was almost 12. Suddenly a strange noise came from her phone, then she lost reception. Huh? The cry of the nighttime bird stopped abruptly, as if they had been spooked by something. Nighttime birds? Like owls? This can't be happening. She felt those eyes on her again. They were piercing as if someone had been staring at her for a long time. A figure suddenly stood beside Zeke, impossibly close. Hold up. Chat? Please press F to me. I'm an idiot. The reason why I wasn't listening to the audio of the game was because my headset was turned off. So, oopsie. I can hear the audio just fine now. I can't believe I did this. Anyways, let's continue. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna have a waffle after that. I was like, it's so weird that I can't hear the sound, but the sound is going through fine. Think it was right after a crash? Hmm. 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 Okay. Hmm. Sorry, I needed that waffle. A figure suddenly stood beside Zeke, impossibly close. When had it appeared, or had it been there from the beginning? Who? Who are you? With the blue choker and sharp fingernails, the answer was obvious. Which do you prefer? Pokemon Gold or Silver? Actually, I prefer Pokemon Crystal. Die! A blue choker or a red choker? Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Red? I like yellow. Red was nice, it was. In that moment, countless thoughts fitted through Shriek's mind. Denial, frustration, whether she could talk her way out. But she was too proud to admit that she was terrified. No one wants your stupid choker. Zeke regretted it the moment the words left her lips. After all, she had no idea how Miss Choker would react to an irrelevant question. Answer. Hehehe. You're just like me. Huh? You're also gay. We're both afraid of being forgotten. What are you talking about? Miss Choker raised her hands and slowly stretched them towards Zeke. Don't worry, I'll make sure everyone remembers you forever. After that, Zeke never came to class again. Later got in touch with her boyfriend and learned she had been hospitalized. When I told everyone that she had gone to find Miss Choker, they all were worried and we arranged a hospital visit. Thank you all for coming today. I suppose this isn't very nice, but with so much attention on Zeke, wouldn't you agree she had her wish come true? Zeke, we're here to see you. What is the matter? Miss Choker! You're Miss Choker! Stay away from me! Unfortunately, Zeke was in such a state of confusion, she didn't even recognize who I was. Sally Wiseman, you've seen Miss Choker in your dreams too, have you not? Then you had better think about which choker to choose when she asks you whether you want red or blue. After all, if you give her an irrelevant answer, your spirit will be taken away just like what happened to Zeke. Dun dun dun! A fate worse than that, apparently. Something seems wrong. If what befell Zeke is true, could Lily have known what happened that night? Others say that she transforms into your friends to get close to you so she can kill you. What am I thinking? This is the end of Zeke's story, but Miss Choker's story is just beginning. Huh? Azura and Sally suddenly felt someone's eyes on them. Telling ghost stories attract ghosts, because ghosts love getting attention from people. Perhaps Miss Choker is already here in this club room and is just dying to ask. Which one do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? Oh my gosh! Blood Lily, ghost stories. Ooh. Lily's Miss Choker for sure, or is Choker's daughter? That aside, I like that, it is cute. Nightmare on Lillian Street. Why are we getting Gathering of 4 Fatal Stories. We're getting like the video preview for the game on Steam right now. Yes, I bought this game, I'm pretty sure. Something sinister is among us! That aside, I like this, it's cute. Yeah, this is like a indie developer. He makes like completely bonkers horror games for RPG Maker. And he has like a ton of them. We played a random one. It was so off the wall that I started researching and I found like a whole collection, and I play a bit of these every Halloween if I can. I like that devs like this can do their thing. Yeah, indeed. Although the first game was so insane. It was apparently based on his experiences role-playing and DMing for a roleplay group for like this horror exorcist RPG. So the main characters of the first game are such edgelords, it's so funny. Everyone in the room fell silent, and Lily questions lingered in the air unanswered. Before Azura or Sally had a chance to respond, all of a sudden, Lily thunked her head down on the table. Ah, that was exhausting. I don't usually talk like that. What? Well, did I make you feel chills? Hold on, so you asked that question for the horror factor? Azura breathed a sigh of relief, then asked Lily how she knew the details of that night. Poor Seek. Afterwards, any girl looked like Miss Choco to her. But she still managed to talk with guys to some extent. It was her boyfriend who gathered what had happened out to her, bit by bit. Happened out of her? Ah, gather what had happened out of her. Is that a sentence? Anyways. That face when you're fixated on the D. Ah, makes sense. I really thought you were Miss Choker earlier. Oh my, I suppose I successfully set the mood of horror then. Seeing that Sally and Lily had started to chat, Azura glanced at her phone. The time was 11 PM on April 3rd. Let's take a break before our next story. Let me guess, I saved the game now? Oh, go talk to the others and investigate the bookshelf. Hello. Sorry for telling you 2 stories of Miss Choker. I may very well have passed the curse on to you. It's fine, it's all part of being in the cult club. Besides, you only did it to disperse the curse on Seek, right? Thank you, wise man. Thank you for accepting me cursing you, I really appreciate it. Let me curse you some more. You freak! There we go, you're cursed. Have you been following any online streams lately? Hi everyone! V-Streamer XXXXXXX here streaming from my OnlyFans account. Now let's get started with popping those eggs! Today I'll be playing through this horror game, Ghost Stories from School. Naked! I watch XX quite a bit. Yes, go XX, keep XX. You know what? Hold up. This is a pixel game. We need to fit in. We need to fit in. Just a sec. There we go. There we go. I knew it. You're watching Prom like everyone else. April 3rd to the 4th. To Occult Journal, the Axed Gathering for Fatal Stories. Dab Zog, told by Need, an evil spirit that Himong believe in. It chokes people while they sleep and is said to be the cause of sudden nocturnal death. Red Cloak, hold up. Ah, sorry, I had to sneeze. Told by President Hyde, a phantom with a white mask and a red cloak who asks, which cloak do you prefer, red or blue? I'm seeing a pattern here. If you answer red, you get stabbed to death, cloaking you in red blood. If you answer blue, you'll be choked to death, turning your body blue. Fascinating. Miss Choker almost seemed like a mix of these two stories. 100 Tales Told by Prince. A kind of Japanese ghost story gathering, it is said that real ghosts will appear once 100 stories told. The gathering for Fatal Stories tributed to 100 tales, but we only tell 3. We don't have that many tour members in the cult club. It's time. Let's start the next story. Okay. And then we saved. Gathering 4 Fatal Stories. Oh, it's my turn. Before I get started, let me ask you a quick question. If you watch streamers play horror games, right? Oh no. Well, why do you? In my case, it's because some games are so scary to play by myself, but I still get really curious about how the story goes. And if I watch a stream of it, I don't get as scared. I love getting terrified with others via chat, all of us praying that the main character will survive. It makes me feel so connected to everyone. And I think that's similar to how people who watch horror movies or listen to ghost stories together, you know? What I'm about to tell you is a ghost story about listening to ghost stories together. It's about the Cult Club's annual event. Yes, that's right. Mine is about gathering 4 Fatal Stories. The name is a bit of a mouthful, so let's just call it Fatal Stories. Dong. According to the Cult Club legend, if you tell ghost stories from the night of April 3rd to 4 AM to April 4th, you finish telling 3 stories, a ghost will appear. That will become the 4th ghost story of that year's Fatal Stories. Of course, a legend is just a legend. No ghost was actually summoned last year, nor any year prior going back. But there was one exception. One exception. It was 21 years ago, the year before we were born. That year, the club's ghost stories did summon something. The last name of the club president at the time was Hyde. We call her that. I managed to contact her and get her to agree to an interview. I met Hyde, who seemed kind of anxious, and washed it out. Before she spoke, she stared into space for a while, and only then did she begin to tell the story of what happened that year. Okay, so they need another member per year because every year someone dies? Maybe. That sounds like it would bring some unwanted attention, honestly. It was the evening of April 3rd, 21 years ago. Hyde had taken a nap at home so she could be ready to stay up for the gathering. She had a strange dream. In it, a club member's throat was slit open. There was another member, Need, in the dream. Need sat straddling over the victim, her long fingernails stained the bloody red. Hyde jolted awake and rushed to call the two who had been in her dream, except her phone had no reception. She had no choice but to head to the club room as originally planned. Now let's head back 21 years, back to the fateful day in the occult club room. Did I keep you waiting? Hyde, you came! Okay, that is a rather familiar silhouette there. Is that what they call foreshadowing with silhouettes? Oh, Need, it's you. Need was the one who had slit the other member's throat in the dream. Her nails were painted in a dark scarlet as if her fingertips were stained with blood, which frightened Hyde a little. Her last name, Need, was quite unusual, so that's what the other called her. Our third storyteller has yet to arrive. I hope nothing's the matter. Let us wait 10 more minutes. If she's not here by then, we'll get started with the Fatal Stories without her. Hyde was not usually the type to take nightmares seriously. A month ago, however, an incident had occurred between Need and the members who was murdered in the dream. Hyde couldn't shake her odd feeling of dread. Hyde is cute as well. What? They're all cute. Now we go back 1 more month. Only 1 month left until the night of the fatal stories. True. Need had yet to join the cult club back then, so the club had just 2 members, Hyde and a girl named Carmen Sandiego III Prince. But we called her just Carmen Prince. Carmen was considered as a considerate and charming, like a princely girl straight out of a manga, so of course, all the girls called her Prince. Oh, and another thing, she was the one who got her throat slit by Need in the dream. Alas, we need at least 3 storytellers for the gathering, but we're 1 short. Why not invite Romeo to join our club? Already did, he's not interested? I see, then those flyers you handed out are our only hope. It was then that a third, very shy voice spoke up at the entrance. Excuse me, is there someone here with the last name Prince? Prince and Hyde turned it around to find a girl with a flyer clutched in her hands. She wore an airy skirt and had long, shapely fingernails. This, as you might have guessed, was Need. Oh, her hair is like Miss Joker. Yeah, her silhouette is very much like Miss Joker. It's you. Prince stepped forward and took Need's hand in hers. You actually came. Eep, I think I came a little bit more just now. Did you get your nails done? Very nice. Thank you, you have lovely nails as well. Need's face was bright red. Yuri was in the air tonight. Another day, another girl falls for Prince. Need was quite an introvert. Being in the presence of 2 others, Prince and Hyde, was already well out of her comfort zone. Noticing Need's unease, Prince suggested that the 3 of them do research together to get ready for the fatal stories. Then she taught Need how to write out chilling ghost stories. Prince also went out of her way to chat with Need so that she would settle into the cult club faster. Thank you, Prince. It's nothing really. No, it's not. It's something for me. What do you mean? People usually forget about me in my department, so no matter what even they're organizing, I always feel like I'm an outcast. I see. Joining this club was a big step for me. I've been able to do so many new things in the cult club, researching urban legends, collecting local folklore. I never felt such a sense of pride and accomplishment. But most of all, I got to be friends with you, Cough, and Hyde. The cult club is where I belong now. Gasp. Prince was touched. She took Need's hand and pulled her in, their eyes locked closer than ever. Need. Prince? Thank you for enjoying our club. That's great to hear. You're such a good friend. You're such a pal. You're such a pally person, pal friend. Besties. Oh, honestly, why are you like this? Later, Prince told Hyde of the little exchange, and Hyde couldn't help but call out Prince's behavior in her mind. You oblivious flirt! You got to stop giving girls the wrong idea. One day, Prince brought some matching chokers and brought them to the club. She chose a red one for herself and put it on. Then she gave a green one to Hyde. Oh, you really know how to pick a gift. Hyde took it and tried to put it on herself, but she just couldn't manage it. Haha, let me help you. But just at that moment, hi Prince, hi! Need entered the room and witnessed the scene. Prince was putting on the choker on Hyde and... Oh, Need, perfect timing. How do those matching chokers look? Are you two in a relationship? Huh? What kind of relationship? All this time, I've been in the way. No, Need, listen to me. The misunderstanding was eventually cleared up, and there was a third matching choker, a blue one. That was meant for Need. Still, she couldn't shake her distress. Oh no, Need is dumb. Yeah, she thinks a choker is a ring. I mean, it's kind of a ring to your neck, right? But not really. Witnessing that moment had been a painful reminder of how people have relationships outside of her. I mean, how she was an outcast. Need took the chair and sat facing a wall of the club room without uttering a word. Need, I'm sorry, I should have taken the blue choker out sooner. I didn't mean to make you think you were forgotten again. Prince. Need finally spoke. But she didn't turn her head, she kept her back to Prince and Hyde. You're my best friend, my first friend, and even my... Sorry, what did you say then? Prince didn't catch it, but Hyde heard it clearly. Need had said, my first love. Yup, first love. But for you, I'm nothing more than one of your many, many friends. I'm just a side hoe. I just can't deal with it somehow. I'm so needy, huh? Oh no, she is a underage, she is. Need. That's why her name is Need. Ha! Needy. Even if you feel that way, you hardly ever make any demands. I wouldn't call you needy at all. I get it. I'm the one and only for you, but you assume I don't value you quite as much, and you don't really think that's fair. Isn't that right? Need turned her head, and she saw how sincere Prince looked. Need, it's true that I do have many, many friends. Like they're lining up to see me all the time of how popular I am. But you're the only need out of them. No one can replace you. Isn't that enough? You're such a smooth talker, but I still like you. Prince removed the red choker from her neck and picked up the blue one from the desk. She held them both out to Need. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? The blue one. The blue one? It does match her first name. Then I'll put it up for you. Her first name? This was just some kind of validation. Need needed to ease her insecurity. Then Hyde took a photo as a memento. Need also took out a gift to give to Prince. We'll be doing Fatal Story soon. This is a talisman I got. I hear it only works once, but it's supposed to be very effective. Thank you. I'll keep it with me. This interaction made Hyde realize that Need was even more dependent on Prince than she thought. Hyde began to worry, for she knew there was a ticking bomb still waiting to explode. A few days went by, and it was 2 days before the Fatal Stories. Oh my god, Prince is our MC's dad and Hyde is our mom? Maybe. Need, Hyde, I have a big favor to ask of you. Of course, how can I help? Will you be my bridesmaid? Shock and horror. What? Oh dear. The bomb had been detonated. I have a fiancé, Romeo. We're getting married soon. Huh? Fiancé? Married? Actually, there's an unplanned baby on the way, which is why the wedding's so sudden. I'm pregante. Once I'm married, I want to focus on my family. We'll be done with the Fatal Stories anyway, so I'm planning on quitting the club. So goodbye forever, my dear Yandere. Nothing bad is gonna happen now. Baby, you're quitting the club. Before I tie the knot, I want to make memories to last me a lifetime with you two, my BFFs, we'll never see again after getting married. That's why I want you two to be my bridesmaids. Well, I looked at the dress, and does it have to be banana-shaped? Need? Need turned and staggered away. Need, Prince, that's how you get Need to kill you. Indeed. Where are you going? In 2 days, it will be time for the Fatal Stories. I'll prepare the most frightening ghost story ever. Now return to the day of the gathering in the club room. Gasp. So many flashbacks! Now you see why Hyde was so bothered by her dreams in which Need murdered Prince. Time passed and Prince still didn't arrive, so they had to start without her. Need told the story of the nightmare, Dab Zog and Hyde was finishing up her story. That concludes the story of the Red Cloak. What an interesting phantom. He could kill the person, but instead he first asks, which cloak do you want, red or blue? That's what makes him memorable. True, he must be afraid of being forgotten. Just like me. It was 3 o'clock. Hyde tried to call Prince again, but she had no reception. Hyde had no choice but to end the gathering. Just as she was about to do so, the door to the club room opened and in came. Wheeze. I'm so sorry, for some reason my phone had no reception. Oh. Hyde breathed a sigh of relief. You're finally here. Romeo was supposed to pick me up and give me a ride to school, but he kept me waiting. Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Need, did you kill your girlfriend's boyfriend? Hyde gave Need a quick glance. In an instant, countless horrible assumptions flashed through her mind. Had Prince been delayed not because of something that had happened to her, but to her fiancé? So Prince, did Romeo arrive in the end? He did. Turns out his car broke down the road, and that's why he kept me waiting for so long. Oh, that's all? At last, Hyde felt fully relieved. She had been worried for nothing. Then Prince told her the third story. It was exactly 4 o'clock when she finished. No ghosts appeared, of course, so everyone went home. As soon as she got home, Hyde collapsed on her bed and fell into a deep sleep. She had never slept so soundly, but only a few hours later, she received a frantic call from Prince. Have you seen the news? Hyde yawned. Huh? What news? Need. She hanged herself in her apartment. What? Hyde reeled at the unexpected news. Did they manage to resuscitate her? I don't know how to say this, but the police have determined that Need must have been dead for 2 days. Wait. So the ghost appeared before the meeting even started. But that's impossible! Then who came to the Fatal Stories? What was that? Legend has it that if 3 ghost stories are told at a gathering, a real ghost will appear and become the 4th story. That at year's gathering, the Fatal Stories, they did gather 4 Fatal Stories. Dun dun! 3 Spoopy, 5 me! At first, Hyde was terrified, but then, as she went to Need's funeral a few days later, that feeling dissipated. She was the only friend who came to mourn Need, which was heartbreaking to see. Whoa, Prince didn't come? That's kinda cold. God, I wish we had a Ghost Club and could have been cringe like this. Right. Man. Oh my. Hyde was convinced that the one who had come to the Fatal Stories must have been the ghost of Need. Although the anime club seems like the funner one, honestly. Perhaps Need had come to the gathering even after her suicide, not to frighten or hurt anyone but simply to tell ghost stories with her members one last time before the occult club she knew and loved was gone forever. Even now, Hyde sometimes wondered if she had paid more attention to Need back then. Perhaps this ghost story would have never happened. If so, it would have been just another uneventful gathering, like all those other years. Wiseman? Huh? You dreamed that I was murdered, didn't you? Are you telling me the club president had a dream about a member getting murdered right before a gathering for Fatal Stories? Is this a thing? I just hope this year's Fatal Stories will stay uneventful. There is one detail that bothers me a bit. What is it? Why didn't the Prince girl attend the funeral? Oh, I didn't mention why. Maybe Prince felt so guilty she didn't want to attend? Why? What's the matter? Nothing. It's just that Carmen Prince, she's... Dun dun dun! It's 1 o'clock now. Let's take a break. The Cult Club 20 years ago is just a short member as it is today. Oh, it is still alive. Revealed, the Duke of Zal's interpretation of dreams are revealed. That Mad Mother horror PG masterpiece. You know how we tested streaming a couple times? Maybe we could plan something like a life goal story event so people can get to know the cult club. Maybe the fourth member was us along the way? Probably. Maybe it could attract new members. You know, I can kinda understand Need's feelings for Prince. Lily looked at Sally with passion in her gaze. Ah, I see, so that's how I feel about Sally. Imaginary friend, a friend that a child creates in their mind to play with or talk to. The friend may be in the form of a human, animal, or any other creature. Sometimes it's a googly rock. It's just what my story is about. Break time's over, now it's my turn. I can't wait to hear it. Bum bum bum. The third story. Imaginary friend. Before we get started, let me ask you two questions. Oh, let me ask you two a question. Did either of you have an imaginary friend as a child? Huh? An imaginary friend? I did. He was a little unicorn who chatted and played with me. I didn't. Did you guys have an imaginary friend, chat? I'm not entirely sure. Since I never had the experience, I can't tell. Nah, I didn't really had imaginary friends. I mostly just played video games. He was a little unicorn who chatted and played with me. Until when? Well, I think it lasted until I started elementary school. Then, he disappeared. Yes, that's quite typical. What about you, Sally? I didn't have an imaginary friend, but my sister made me a doll when we were younger, and I talked to it all the time. That's pretty much an imaginary friend. Anyways, I only asked because of the story I'm going to tell is about an imaginary friend. Hold up, I need to drink some water. Ah, there we go. This is something I heard from a friend, a girl in my class back in elementary school. To protect her privacy, I'll call her A. When A was a child, she also had an imaginary friend, a big sister called Angela. Some say that children create imaginary friends to ease their loneliness. It was true that A was an only child, and for a time, in her childhood, she had been very lonely. Luckily, once she had her big sister, she had someone there every night to tell her bedtime stories. Also, she liked running into bookcases for no reason. Our story starts one day when A was only 11 years old. She reluctantly said goodbye to her friends and got into her father's car. While running, A, I know you're angry with us. A's father glanced at his wife in the passenger seat. She looked distraught and extremely careworn. But your mom needs to recuperate, so we really do have to move to the countryside now. I know. And so the family moved to Hill Poly, and A transferred to an elementary school there. Hi everyone, my name is A. I moved here from Lysair. There was a girl in A class. Let's call her Beatrice. Staring curiously at A. Why couldn't they call her B? Hill Poly is a very normal name. It is! Perfect. What kind of things are you into? Ghost stories, I guess. Huh. You're a weirdo. I hate you. Never talk to me again. At first, her classmates were somewhat curious about A, but A had transferred in the second semester, and since everyone had already formed their own groups, they soon lost interest in her. After school that day, A saw Beatrice chatting with a boy in her class. Let's see, we call the boy Cilio. Hi, what are you two talking about? About Hill Poly Ghost Stories, Cannibal Boy, which is the name of a game that's also made by this developer. Huh? A was instantly intrigued. It said that he's sealed away on Mount Candy House, which you can see in a game made by this developer. Don't tell her that. Do you want her to get cursed? What? Hey, I don't mean to exclude you or anything, but I swear you don't want to hear this ghost story. Especially not to an outsider like you. Or else the ghost will really come and find you. Okay. Feeling left out, A went home in a bad mood. On the way, she passed by a dark alley where she encountered a stray dog barking at her, which made her mood even worse. If we hadn't moved, none of this would have happened, and that dog wouldn't have peed on me. A began to miss her friends in Lazaire. It's all Mom's fault. She took me away from everyone. Bye-bye, lunatic. I'm heading off to sleep, but also to let you know the game is still set in Darkwood, by the way. Okay. Oh, let's sleep now. Okay. Darkwood too, huh? Maybe I'll tackle it, you know? Have a good one. Bye-bye. But your mom needs to recuperate, so we really have to move to the countryside. Flashback within a flashback. Yeah, of course I know. Just then, A saw her mother, looking dazed at the dining table, unaware that A had come home. A averted her eyes and headed into the study. In the study, there were some books of ghost stories, including titles such as Carmilla, the Tale of Tamad Mitsu, Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, and more. Whenever A was in a bad mood, she would go there to find a book to read. Also, what? This time, a journal with a tattered cover caught her eye. As she flipped through it, she saw that it was the record of many ghost stories. But as A read on, she grew drowsy and eventually fell asleep. She dreamed of an indistinct figure, a woman slumped onto the ground with her head down, hugging the journal to her chest. Hello, miss, who are you? The woman lifted her head. Come on, be nicer to your mom, right? Am I? Not sure myself. The woman's face was pale and she looked weak. Do you remember your name? My name is A. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. Wow, me too! Oh my, what a coincidence! The woman perked up a bit. But won't we get mixed up? I'll call you A. You can call me whatever you want. I'll call you Kiba. The real ghost was us all along. It's the name of a protagonist in a storybook. Isn't it a good name? Hold up. If I'm Kiba, and Kiba is a woman, then let's go for it. Kiba is a good name. Yes, that will do nicely. The woman seemed to like the name. Kiba, do you like ghost stories too? Kiba Booba has entered the shack. A pointed to the journal in Kiba's arms. I love them. Then will you maybe be my friend? Sure, as long as you promise me one thing. Can you help me fix my OBS studio, please? Streaming is hard. Keep it a secret from your mom and dad. You know that's always a good sign when your brand new friend wants to keep it a secret from your mom and dad. You know that's always good. Kiba held up her pinky to A. She had such long, beautiful fingernails that A couldn't help but extend her hand. Huh? But A's pinky went right through Kiba's. I can't touch you. We can't make a pinky swear like that. That's okay. It's still a promise. From now on, we are each other's one and only friend. That night, A had another dream about Kiba. Kiba, can you tell me a bedtime story? What? But you're asleep. Why do you need a bedtime story? Please, I won't ask for anything else. Mom never tells me any. She just stares blankly and gets anxious all the time. She has no idea what I want. If there's one thing you want, I suppose I have no choice. Every night after that, Kiba told A stories in her dreams, especially the kind A loved best. Ghost stories. For the first time since she moved to Hill Poly, A actually had something to look forward in her day. Eventually, she started to think, this is what must feel like to have a big sister! Yay! But... Hi! Huh? Why are you dozing off? You have to go to school soon! Ah. What time did you go to bed last night? 9 o'clock, of course, like always. And why are you so tired? How am I supposed to know? Uh-oh. Don't you use that tone of voice with me, young lady! During this time, A became increasingly listless and impatient, which led to more friction with her mother. Bum bum bum. So many red flags. Yeah. Like, particularly in Eastern traditions, ghost hauntings have a price, right? Like, the ghost can't sustain itself. So, usually what happens is the haunting will have to drain vital energy from a living person to sustain itself. So when a person is haunted, they will have their life force sapped away slowly by the haunting. Even if the ghost doesn't mean it, it's just what's going to happen. So I think the reason the girl is tired all the time is because the ghost is draining her energy. That's why even if a ghost has like a positive idea, like being someone's friend or something like that, it will turn out bad, specifically because of this. The ghost will feed on the person. Huh, Kiba? What? Did you always wear the choker? You just noticed? Well, I couldn't see clearly before. And it's only 9 o'clock. Why are you here already? Fair point, now I can only wonder if a modern ghost would give her a Monster Energy drink. Slay, Kiba. You have to wait until I'm dreaming? Never mind such little details. In contrast to Ace, Kiba's complexion seemed better by the day. See? What story do you wanna hear tonight? The one about that Zog. I think I already told that one. And the Red Cloak or the 100 Tales. We've done those as well. But they're so interesting, especially the 100 Tales. I want to have a ghost story gathering like that someday. And when I do, please promise me you'll join. I could do that, but we'll have to prepare. Ghost stories first. A few days later, Kiba followed A into the study. Originally, she could only move around in A's room, but now she could go elsewhere. They did research together, and A tried to write ghost stories on her own. Geez, when I actually try to start writing, my mind goes blank. There's no rush. I once had someone teach me how to write. You don't have to write ghost stories from scratch. Just combine some old stories and make some adjustments. Really? Who is the someone who taught you? To be honest, I don't remember. But let's just try it out. Okay. You mean like combining the Red Cloak and that Zog? How? Maybe the Red Cloak could appear when you dream, like that Zog, and then choke you? Which part would you adjust? I thought for a while, and her eyes wandered to Kiba's face and neck. I know! I changed the phantom to a female ghost and switched the question about the cloak to a choker. A then pretended to choke someone, imitating the Red Cloak in her mind. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? Kiba suddenly froze as if struck by lightning. What's wrong? I remember! I remember who taught me. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. Hey, who are you talking to? Oh no! Mom doesn't like demons! Keep it a secret from your mom and dad. You're just talking to myself. You talk to yourself a lot these days. What's going on in there? A took a quick look at Kiba, but Kiba was gone. A was suddenly annoyed that her mother had interrupted her happy writing time. None of your business! Why can't you leave me alone? Again with the attitude. At that moment, another person's voice came through the door. Honey, it's probably just an imaginary friend or a horrible demon from hell. Lots of kids have one, the horrible demons from hell, that is. It's normal. Are you sure? You know, video games get them into demonology and summoning ghosts and demons. It's fine. Thanks to her dad, A's friction with her mom didn't escalate any further. Lots of kids are in fact horrible demons. But now she had come up with her first story. Something stirred in the depths of A's heart. I want more people to know about my female ghost story. If you answer blue, the female ghost will choke you to death. If you answer red, she'll slit your throat with her sharp fingernails. Then you die either way. Whoa, that's terrifying. Oh, I was worried we were scared enough. Oh yeah? It's not as terrifying as Cannibal Boy, though. What's the story of the Cannibal Boy? Can't you tell me? But... Oh, come on, tell her. A can just tell someone else to disperse the curse, right? Ah, fine. The Cannibal Boy is a horrible spirit that eats humans. Rumor has it he comes at night to tap you on your window. If you're ever stupid enough to open the window, he'll lop your head off and nip up your body. That's pretty cool. Afterwards, Beatrice took A to some classmates so she could tell them the story of Cannibal Boy and disperse the curse. Even better, A finally felt a connection with her classmates, and it was all thanks to the ghost stories. After school, Celio even invited A to walk together on the way home. I chatted a lot with my classmates today. I'm so happy. Too bad that stray dog barked at me again when I passed by the dark alley. Luckily, Celio was there and chased the dog away. This is the first time I felt like moving here wasn't so bad after all. Uh-oh, one and only friend. Yeah, but thank you for teaching me how to put together ghost stories and helping me make friends. Making friends, then what about me? What am I to you? Huh? But they're just casual friends. You're so much more. My best friend ever. Honestly, you two are so alike. Huh? How hard could it be to get rid of the dog? You don't need new friends. I saw Kiba's eyes flash with jealousy. But that soon became the least of her concerns, because the next morning... Hey? You're asleep on the sofa. Couldn't bother going back to bed after sneaking out last night, huh? Well, but I... Ow! A felt a sharp pain in her palm. She took a closer look. Wait, how did my nails get so long? It appears she had stabbed her own nails into her hand. Oh no, we killed the dog, or maybe. You haven't answered my question. Are you even listening? I know you've been staying up late recently, talking to yourself in your room instead of going to bed. And now you're sneaking out in the middle of the night? Huh? What do you mean sneaking out? That's why you're sleeping here. No excuses. Tell me, where on earth have you been? Yeah, like there's anywhere worth sneaking out in this hellhole of a town. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have my life ruined like this. Say that again. I'll say it as many times as you want. It's all because of your stupid illness that I had to move to the middle of nowhere and leave my friends behind a lizard. How could you talk to your mother like that? You never used it to be like this. You change ever since you start spending your nights talking to yourself. It's not to myself. She's a new friend. Stop being so nosy. New friend? What kind of a creepy new friend is she? That was the last straw for A. Ignoring her mother calling after her, she bolted out of the house and ran into the school in rage. The school day went by much too quickly. A stayed behind at her desk, staring at her long fingernails. She was confused as to why she was sleepwalking and was still angry with her mother. Boo! Ah! A whipped around, but it was only Beatrice and Celio. What was that for? You're free tonight, aren't you? We're gonna go up the mountain where the Cannibal Boy is still. A test of courage, you know? And your house is on the way. You in? I'm super prepared too. I got a few amulets ready. Just not in the mood today. Sorry, I want to go home early. Huh? Oh, wait. You have a curfew? You have a curfew? Pff, you're such a mama girl. Just having argued with her mother that morning, mama girl felt particularly offensive. I'm not. Oh yeah, I bet you are. Or maybe you're too much of a wimp. For all you say about loving ghost stories, when you might meet an actual ghost, you're scared silly. Pretty pathetic if you ask me. Hey, Cilio? Don't take it too far. A could put up with being called mama's girl, but being accused of having a fear of ghosts crossed the line. Oh no, A. A stared at Cilio's throat and suddenly felt the urge to choke him. What am I thinking? After a moment, A shook off the urge. Are you two done? She averted her eyes and walked away. Whoa, hey! What's her problem? On the way home, A came to the dark alley she had always come to pass by. Stupid dog, you better not mess with me today. Perhaps the stray dog sensed A's anger, for it was nowhere to be seen. Hey, Kiba? Uh-huh. Today sucked. The start with mommy acting all hysterical, and then my classmates were so annoying couldn't stand it. What did I do to deserve this? Really? That's horrible. Kiba took Say's hands in her. You see? I'm the only one who's on your side, no matter what. Huh? Since when can you touch me? Kiba, are you really an imaginary friend, or... To be honest, I'm not sure what I am either. But it's starting to come back to me. You look a lot like someone I once knew. Someone I loved very much, but she could never be mine. Kiba entwined her fingers with A's and pulled them up for a look. She also had such beautiful fingernails. The first time I saw them, I almost wanted to collect them. Fingernails? Maybe we're not only Kiba but A. Yeah, baby A is possessed. Kiba suddenly put her face up against A so close that their noses were almost touching. Save your fingernails for me, won't you? I wanna suck on them. A's heart skipped a beat. Okay. Just then. Hey, who are you talking to? Open the door this instant. Honey, I told you, it's just an imaginary friend. Who still has an imaginary friend when in 5th grade? There's something more sinister, I just know it. Hey, if you don't open the door, I'm going to force it open. Ah, she's gone hysterical again. Aang glazed it over at Kiba, but Kiba was gone, just like last time. Why? What's that my stupid mom keeps bothering me? In an instant, A's discontent with her mother exploded. Remember this morning you accusing me of sneaking out when I totally didn't? Well, now I really will, just like you said. A opened the window to her room and sprang outside. She walked aimlessly, and before she knew it, she was in a dark alley. The wind night cooled her head down a little, but she was still angry. Hey. Huh, Kiba? You can appear outside home now? Only because I was so worried about you. Are you alright? No, my mom doesn't understand at all. You hate her? I do. It's all her fault that I had to move to this hellhole. You also hate this town? Of course I do. All my classmates treat me like I'm an outsider. Really, I hate that too. More than anything. You're the only one who understands. Everyone else. I wish they just die. Hey, you're my only one friend, so let me grant you that wish. Huh? A suddenly smelled blood in the air. She nervously turned toward the source of the stench. At the far end of the alley was a dog. It was the stray dog that always barked and snarled whenever A passed by. Now it lay with a throat slit open in a pool of congealed blood, its horrible lifeless eyes peering back like bottomless pits. Ah! A turned and ran. Poor doggo. She ran out the alley, her earlier conversation flashed through her mind. How hard could it be to get rid of the dog? You don't need no friends. No, she couldn't have. A turned to see where Kiba was. Ow! She slammed into something and looked to see what it was. It was Cilio, and Beatrice was standing behind him. What are you doing here? You two! Oh, I see. You came around and decided to come up the mountain with us after all. I'm really sorry about this afternoon. I didn't actually mean to make fun of you. Yeah, I'm sorry too. We just wanted to rile you up so you would come along. We didn't mean all those nasty things. We're still buddies, right? Make friends? Then what about me? What am I to you? Sorry, now's not the time. You have to run. What? But it was too late. Suddenly! All three felt someone's eyes on them. The gaze was piercing, as if someone had been staring at them for a long time. Kiba suddenly appears behind Ace and glided slowly towards her. What's that? Ah, so these must be your new friends. She raised her arms and let her fingers dance, making a lurch towards Cilio like a marionette. As A moved forward, she noticed her fingertips itching. She realized that her fingernails were growing visibly longer and sharper. No, no! Yeah, we are the under after all, indeed. Kiba's hands danced some more, making Ain reach it out towards Cilio. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? Kiba, no! Ah! But just then a stone flew at Miss Choker's face. Although the stone had passed through Miss Choker, reflex made her close her eyes. The stone had been thrown by Beatrice. Get frigging lost, you monster! Did you just call me a monster? Cilio seized the opportunity to pull out an amulet and wield it at Miss Choker. Take that! Ah, my eyes! Miss Choker staggered back. What? Why? That's supposed to work against evil. Why should it work on me? So, not much self-awareness on her part, I see. Cause you're a monster, can't you tell that yourself, huh? Cilio rushed over and pulled A away. Get away from our buddy! I'm A's real friend, her one and only friend, not a monster. Because we are evil. Dun dun. Miss Choker lunged at Cilio, ready to strike with her sharp nails. Oh no! Cilio! Just as Miss Choker was about to attack. Stop! A loud shout came from behind A and the others. What? Why are you here? Turning around, A saw something unexpected. Wheeze, wheeze. Mom? Mom was! Prince all along! Is that you, A? Is it really you? A's mother was talking to A, but to... Not talking to A, but to Miss Choker. But your voice, it's so hoarse! I couldn't even tell it was you. What, Prince was a woman? Yes, Medina, it was established that Prince was a she. She was just very tall and handsome, so she summoned the powers of Yuri. Just a second, waffle break. Her voice is hoarse, so let's see if I can make like a smoker voice or something. After you died, I never stopped blaming myself. The two of them looked at each other in silence for a while. A's mother covered her face and burst into tears. It was all my fault for not realizing how you felt, and you died because of it. Spare my daughter, please. If you want to kill someone, kill me. Mom, what are you talking about? Yeah, and why should I give your life up to a ghost? Still have more amulets, we can take her down. The three children formed a semicircle protecting the careworn woman. They glanced at Miss Choker like she was a monster. Why are you all acting like that? I just wanted to kill some children. As if I'm the one who's evil? I always felt like an outcast. The Code Club is where I belong now. Once I get married, I want to focus on my families. We'll be done with Fatal Stories anyway, so I'm planning on quitting the club. Miss Choker desperately needs some therapy, for real, for real. You and your daughters are the ones who betrayed me first. I just don't want to be alone anymore. She's gone. Are we safe now? A? When A woke up, it was already the afternoon of the next day. Her mother had called the school to report her sick. Did you first ring about her after reading this? His mother held out a book. It was the journal of the occult club. You can be a cool ghost lady without the murder part. I don't know if that's how that works, Medina. Unfortunately. Yeah, I thought so. His mother withdrew a photo from these pages. By the way, this is actually something cool. So, I believe this developer is Chinese, but this is common for both Chinese and Japanese ghost stories. And I believe most Asian ghost stories follow this pattern, where ghosts aren't a full person, right? Ghosts are a part of a person that may stay behind when they pass away. And in case of Japanese ghost stories in particular, usually the ghost can be like the echo of a fixation that the person may have. So with Miss Choker, fixation was not being left alone. So her ghost is born as like this amalgamation of neediness and the negative energies, the negative feelings that comes with said neediness and loneliness. So in a sense, ghosts aren't human, not fully anyways. They are part of human. And that's why they tend to be exorcised in stories with impunity. It's her. Her name was A. She was a dear friend, but she committed Sudoku. And then she killed herself. And you're named after her. A's mother wanted to burn the photo, but couldn't bring herself to do it. In the end, she put the photo in a box, wrapped it up, and stuffed it deep in the master bedroom closet. And with that, A imaginary friend finally disappeared. From then on, A could remember nothing about the other A. So we are really the MC? Maybe. But why? Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? Kiba, no! Lily once said that if you give an irrelevant answer, your spirit will be taken away. Maybe the reason A lost her memory was because a part of her spirit was taken away. After all, whether Kiba was a ghost or imaginary friend, she was still an important part of A's childhood. Losing Kiba meant that A's childhood would be missing a piece forever. Dun dun dun! And that ends the story of my classmate, A. So, the story of Miss Choker going around recently was originally a ghost that possessed Miss A. I just realized that I was telling the story. I just realized that as I was telling the story. That photo at the end, could she have been sealed in it for the past decade or so? Azure A. Dun dun dun! Wait! Maybe! Yeah, we really are the MC! Perhaps someone broke the seal somehow and she reappeared. That's probably what happened. Wait. Wise man, did this really happen to A? I mean, we found a photo in a locker. We did. Yes, why? According to the story, A had two friends in her classmate room, Beatrice and Cilio. If you were in the same class as A, could it mean you're Beatrice? But that doesn't make sense. Only A, the ghost, knew what they did when they were together. And the day after the ghost went out of control, A forgot everything about the ghost. She couldn't have told Beatrice about the details. Sally's right! Then wise man, who really told you the story? Sally and Lily suddenly felt someone's eyes on them. Wise man? If you're not Beatrice... Legend has it that if 3 ghost stories are told at a gathering, a real ghost will appear and become the 4th story. Oh no! We are a ghost! We are not the true friend! Who are you? Guys, we're haunted. Worse, we're the haunting. Remember what they said, that the ghost can take the shape of people you know? Mm-hmm. It's all been building up to this. Blood Lily ghost stories. Come to think of it, I found something in my mom and dad's closet while I was cleaning out their room the other week. A photo of two college girls. What? The story came to mind when I saw that photo. I couldn't remember whose story was it, but I felt like I had to tell it. I surprised myself that I knew so many details. But that must mean... My name is Azura. Yes, I think it's Azura. Well, me too. I must be A. If you're A, then Kiba's seal has been broken and now it's 4 o'clock. Eek! No wonder. It felt like someone had been watching us since the first story. That was because someone has been the whole time! Ta-da! As Sally said this, the three of them turned together to look in the same direction. Okay, but yo, these are some good girls, please don't choke her. Is that you? Had been right here from the very... Chat, I think they're looking at you. Put on some clothes on, please. They're looking right at you, chat. Ninjalings, put your clothes on, please. No, I won't. They finally realized that the fourth storyteller of the Fatal Stories. Please put your clothes on. Had been here from the beginning. You're the Nightmare on Little Streets, Miss Shoker, and Wiseman's imaginary friend Kiba. Or should we call you... Azuranid! Oh, she named the... Okay. Guys. Is it like... super bad taste to name your child after a friend who offered themselves? Isn't it like super in bad taste to do that? It's my turn to tell a story. 21 years ago, Azurani despaired over her unrequited love for Carmen Prince. She then hanged herself and became a ghost possessing the photo. This is what we call this is known as toxic Yuri. Years passed, and she met Carmen Prince's 11-year-old daughter, Azura Wiseman. She became friends and made a promise to hold ghost story gatherings someday. Maybe she wanted to groom her, but who knows? After that, it happened just like the stories you told. So you're responsible for terrorizing the girls in this area with nightmares? You even choked Zeke close to that. Why did you do that? Yeah, very much. Yeah, I thought so. But here we are. Why'd you do that? Let me ask you a question. When does a dead spirit like me die? When I resolve unfinished business. When I get exorcised. When an edgy protagonist comes and drink the ghost juices out of me. The answer is, of course, neither. I die when I'm forgotten. Even well-known ghost stories like Depth Zog and Red Cloak will fade and disappear altogether once they're forgotten. And I hate being forgotten more than anything. Oh no, now we know her. Yes. Besides, I hadn't kept my promise to join Azura's gathering from Fatal Stories, and I had yet to prepare the scariest ghost story ever. Until then, I wanted to stay fresh in people's memories. If it meant I could do that, I was glad to become a new ghost story, Miss Choker. Kiba. Azura, I kept my promise. Why don't you keep yours and treat me as your one and only? Wait, listen to me. Sally and Lily, they're... But none of that matters now, huh? What matters is that the real ghost story has already appeared, and this the fourth ghost story is about to happen. Sally! I can't move, so dizzy. Just like the nightmare before. My fingertips, they itch. Are Wiseman's fingernails growing longer? What? Wiseman? My buddy is walking towards Sally on its own. Let me start with you, Sally. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? There's no point in staying silent. You already answered in your dream. You wanted a blue choker. I manipulated Azura as I had done before, making her reach out and choke Sally, her long fingernails digging into my neck. No! Stop it, Kiba! Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Get off me! Ugh! By the way, the real, she pushed Azura away? How did she manage to resist? Sally's kinda not right in the head, by the way. Guys, choking's dengue, please don't. I know, right? Sally, are you alright? Don't mind me, grab the sachet on the table. Thank God we are the weaker one, indeed. This is a scented sachet with that wards off evil. Apparently there's something useful inside in case something bad happens. Yes! A scented sachet? You think you can ward me off with that sorry thing? Here goes! Huh? Why are you ripping it open? Wait, that's... This is a talisman I got. I hear it only works once, but it's supposed to be very effective. It is. The one I gave Prince. This was her mother's last resort to protect Wiseman. Lily. Oh. Interesting. Why save here? It's not like I have a choice. Use the talisman on Miss Choker. Use the talisman on her. On it. Miss Choker, this is what you get. Ah, my eyes. The talisman was so much stronger than Celia's amulet. Eyes aged and burned, as if on fire. The fire spread across my face, then to my torso and limbs. Ah, my beloved prince, you really did hold on to my token of affection at this time. But why did you give it to your daughter to use against me? Is my love doomed to be unrequited, never to be returned by you or your daughter? Burned by the fire, my spirit began to disintegrate. Is this that? But at least now, Azura will belong to me alone forever. Ugh! Wiseman! Wiseman! Why is Wiseman suffering too? No! Could it be? Oh, she got her soul. Few days passed by. Wiseman has been in the hospital for several days and still hasn't woke up. I'm kinda lost. So, remember how originally Miss Choker couldn't move outside the room? And then she could literally be everywhere that Azura was in the story? That's because she was everywhere, because she was inside Azura all along. This is why she can puppeteer and control her. Possession, exactly. She had already taken Azura's soul as her own. So both their souls are melded. I guess that's what's been happening. Wiseman has been in the hospital for several days and still hasn't woken up. And basically what this means is if you hurt the ghost, you also hurt the possessee. But the doctors say everything is normal with her body and they can't find anything wrong. When Wiseman was a child, she was once possessed by Miss Choker. When they managed to repel Miss Choker, then it also cost Wiseman her memory. Could it be that when we exorcised Miss Choker, she also took Wiseman's spirit with her? I'm afraid you may be right. But what were we supposed to do? Was there really a way to rid Miss Choker without affecting Wiseman? Actually, I have other concerns right now too. Cannibal Boy is a horrible spirit that comes to eat humans. Humor has it that he comes to your night, tap your window. Every night lately, something comes to tap my window in my room. I know I shouldn't open it, but my body's becoming less and less obedient, so I want to open the window. What? So this game actually crosses with another game of the series, which is the Cannibal Boy one. The lore in these games is deep. Sally, is there something else on your mind? Did I get cursed for indirectly hearing the story of the cannibal boy at the gathering for Fatal Stories? But if I tell Lily too much, I'll drag her into my mess. Thanks, but this is for me to deal with. Sally! Will she really be alright? How could I have known that from that day on, I would completely lose contact with Sally? Little did I know then that what awaited us would be a nightmare even more deadly than Miss Choker. Oh, are we playing this game again? We're gonna play some of it, I think. Anyways, here's the the ad for the cannibal boy. Hey Tammy, welcome to the stream. Don't use my redeems today, they're kinda fucked. I had to wipe my PC clean. So there's still some scuff happening. Bad ending, the curse gets passed on. An option has been added to the fourth story. Okay, so do we do it like this? If we load, we get a new option. There we go! We got a new option. The save was there for a reason, yes. Don't do that. Don't do that. What? That's the talisman she got for my mom to protect her beloved prince. It would be too cruel to turn that against her. Lily, put the talisman back on the table slowly. Alright. What's with all of you? Don't you realize what you're up against? Why are you worried about me? I'm going to make you a murderer. Then your mother, Carmen Prince, will have a taste what it's like to lose someone beloved. You, Sally, Wiseman? It's okay. It really is okay. It's true that she's hurting people, but she's also seeking help. Why? Perhaps Need had come to the gathering even after her suicide, not to fright or hurt anyone, but simply to tell ghost stories with the members one last time, before the cult club she knew and loved was gone forever. Miss Choker, no, I mean Need. If you really wanted to get back at Carmen Prince, you could have just killed her daughter much earlier. Sally, she choked you. She forgave her boyfriend for that one time he cut her head off and put it next to the cabbages. It's fine. But you didn't. Instead, you possessed little Wiseman and told her stories every night. You didn't need revenge. You just needed to find somewhere to belong again and connect with people through his stories. Isn't that right? Oh, she vibes with that. Why don't you try communicating what you need instead of hurting yourself and others in the process? Don't talk as if you know me. I understand. Huh? I can understand how there are some things that just cannot be said. Like the way you loved Prince, but you were afraid to confess it for fear of compromising your friendship. You repressed your love for Prince, thinking that only as long as you kept quiet, you could at least be her friend, but in the end, she got with someone else and was about to leave. If it were me, I might have become an evil spirit after that, and perhaps even chose revenge. Kiba, listen to me. I finally know I felt so compelled to tell our story even though my memory was gone. It's because deep down inside, I never forgot. My mom, Carmen Prince, was still the same. She never forgot you. Otherwise, she wouldn't have kept her talisman all these years. She never forgot me? And you're named after her. That's all I wanted. Not to be forgotten. And I did have somewhere I belong. She taught Need how to write out chilling ghost stories. Prince also went out of her way to chat with Need, so that she could settle into the cult club faster. There's no rush, I once had someone teach me how to write. How did I end up like this? Spare my daughter, please. If you want to kill someone, kill me. Where did I go wrong? How could I have become such a monster? Azura leaned forward and wrapped her arms around me. I don't want to judge where you went wrong. I just want to say, you're not a monster. If I were the protagonist of the story, then you, Kiba, would be the narrator who completes it. You have some nerve. You never treated me as your one and only, not ever. But you're the one and only who made bedtime funs and taught me how to write ghost stories. How are you not my one and only? Isn't that enough? You're such a smooth talker. You and your mother. I suppose I have no choice. Have you calmed down? I have. I apologize for choking you earlier. It's nothing. I have been through worse. What? Huh? Never mind about me. Let's discuss what to do about Need first. I'm half vampire, by the way. This happened. You said that for the spirit being forgotten is the equivalent of that. The more people forget, the weaker you'll become until eventually disappear. Is that right? Yes. But she shouldn't go on giving people nightmares or asking scary questions in dark alleys like she's done so far. Seeking attention by hurting others will just lead to the same mistakes. She wants to connect with people without hurting anyone. Well, that's easy. She once found a place to belong to the cult club. After all she has to do is recreate that. Azura, what do you mean? Dun dun dun. A month passed. So as to not worry Prince, we decided not to tell her that I was possessing Azura again. Possessed by Azura again. Oh, I possessing. Okay, it's neat. I stay dormant during the day, but every night I read and write stories with Azura, and also send messages to Sally and Lily. I became a member of the occult club, a ghost member. I can no longer seek attention as Miss Joker, but as Azura said, I found a place to belong again. Maybe one day I'll move on without any regrets, but until then, I'll enjoy my last bit of adolescence with this trio. Recently, Azura has been planning something. We are going to take turns telling ghost stories live on the Laser Occult Club channel. Even me. She now possesses a PC? Maybe she becomes a VTuber! A possessed VTuber! Like me, I've been dead all this time. But the name is the same as Azura's. So to differentiate, she uses her real name, and I use the name she gave me. Attention, please! I'm Kiba from the Occult Club. The story I'm going to be telling today is... The Good Ending. Blood Lily Ghost Stories. Yay! We did it! And much like I foresaw, this was a really short game and perfect for playing after finishing a longer game that had a shorter ending. Oh my god. Thank you, Kiba. Thank you all for joining me and sticking around despite the scuff. I need to check out what the hell happened. I think my NVIDIA app needs an upgrade. It's probably that. It's probably that. So, everyone, I guess this is the end, unless we're going to Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, let's go. Sally Need said you should spread the story of the Cannibal Boy. Are you going to follow her advice? I will, on the channel. I'll also encourage listeners to tell it to others to disperse the curse. I suppose that causes trouble for more people, but it's the only way to ensure our safety. Yeah, if we really met Cannibal Boy, we wouldn't be able to handle him. What's wrong? What are you thinking about? We got along with Need well enough, but that night, she really did choke you. Why were you so quick to forgive her? Oh well. Know how I said I had a sister? We were inseparable, but then we had a falling out and never made up. In the end, all I have left is the doll she once made me. I couldn't stand seeing Azura and Need suffer from misunderstandings when they used to be like sisters. All I could think about was the time how they could make up. All the time about at the time was how they could make up. I couldn't care less for what Need did to me. I see. I hope you and your sister can also reconcile someday. Yeah, one can only hope. Excuse me a moment. Lily took out her phone and saw that it was Azura calling. Why, hello, Wiseman. Hi, Lily. I was wondering, Have you ever heard of Mount Amora? They say that if someone invites their crush on a trip there, they'll get to be a couple. Oh, why yes, I have in fact, but why do you ask? Well, Lily, I just happen to have 2 tickets to a trip there. Now, they're yours. You should invite Sally to go with you. Wait, I don't... What? I don't understand what you mean. Oh, don't play dumb. You obviously have a crush on Sally. Eep. Alright, but at least let me pay for the tickets. No need. If this helps you get somewhere with Sally, you can treat me to lunch or something. Gay noises, yay! Azura hung up. What did Wiseman want? Sally, would you be interested in going on a trip with me to Mount Amora? Sure, sounds fun. Dun dun dun. I was elated and nervous, but little did I know just what awaited us at Mount Amora. Up next. You're the perpetrator! Oh my god. The guy who stood between the Yuri ship is dead! Oh no. Bloody Lily, killers can't sink a Yuri ship! What the heck? You can view CG and character sprites in the gallery on the title screen. Thank you for playing. If you enjoyed this game, please leave a review on the Steam page. I love